you can actually be able to apply for a marriage license and be able to issue proper government marriage license in your own place of worship. That way your members don't have to go to the marriage registry any longer to get a recognized marriage document. They can do it right there in your place of worship. Catholic, whether it is Pentecostal, any denomination at all, as long as you have been operating for at least 1 year, then this video is specifically for you. In this video, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of how to get a proper marriage license and a registry, and also the conditions or the requirements that is needed to get it, and how you can also conduct a valid marriage in your own place of worship. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you just see my face for the first time, my name is Joy and I'm a legal practitioner based in Abuja, Nigeria, and I'm also a YouTuber. Okay, so on this channel we talk about everything legal. In today's video we are talking about how a church can get a valid marriage license, how they can be able to issue government approved marriage license. So if you don't know what a marriage license is that document, marriage certificate, that couples usually get from the marriage registry or from the AMAC. That is the recognized statutory valid marriage certificate. So what some people do is that they first go to church, do the church marriage, and then they do what is generally called, court marriage, where they have to go to the registry, make applications and all of that. Now in this video I'm going to be telling, or I'm just going to be explaining to you the step-by-step process of how a church can get that approved government license, so that your members do not really have to go to the church, then have to go back to AMAC or the registry. This way the church will be able to give a marriage document, and that document is what some people use to travel most of the time. That's people who don't even want to do big weddings. They just get that certificate, they can use it. That's the valid or the legal way to prove marriage in Nigeria, and it's also called statutory marriage. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and put on your notification bell so each time I post a video you get notified. So the very first step in getting a marriage license is that the church must be registered at the Corporate Affairs Commission as an incorporated trustee. So if you already have not registered your church, and the church has been going on for a couple of years, please make sure you go and do so, because you are depriving yourself from a lot of benefit. So the second step is to apply to the Ministry of Interior. They've made it really simple now. You can just go online. I'm going to put their link in the description of the website for the Ministry of Interior. So they've made it really simple. You don't really have to go physically to the Ministry of Interior. You can easily do that, start the application online, which is very easy. So I'll put the link in the description box so that you can go ahead and do that. So the documents that are required after you check the website and you want to start your application, the documents that are required and the documents you need to gather and prepare to be able to submit for the license is the CAC. Number one is CAC certificate of incorporation, which I talked about in the first step. So the CAC certificate of incorporation. The second one is your church constitution. Then the third one is a list of trustees and their ID cards. All the trustees that are listed in your certificate of incorporation are the same trustees that you are going to be using, and their ID cards. The fourth one is a letter of application on the church letterhead, applying to the Minister of Interior, explaining to him that you want to formally apply for a license to be able to conduct marriages in your place of worship, and also to make the church a licensed place of worship. Now the fifth one is evidence of the church current location. So the church has to have where they worship, their location, their address. And how do you prove that? Is by utility bill or NEPA bill, or probably a deed of assignment. If the church bought the place, you probably bring the deed, or if not, if it's a rent or something, then you bring the utility bill of the church. Now step 3, the third step is the Ministry of Interior. After they've looked at your application, they've seen everything and all that, the third step will be that officials of the Ministry of Interior will come and inspect the church. They will come and inspect your place of worship to be able to be sure that yes, indeed, this church is operating here. So they'll send some of their officials inspect the church and ensure that it meets the required standard for conducting marriages in the church. Step 4 is the approval and issuance of the marriage license. So this is after they've already checked your documents and they say that is okay. They've sent officials to come and do a proper check to be sure that it meets the required standard. So once they've done that, they will now approve it. Once it's approved, the church will receive a marriage license, allowing it to conduct statutory and legal marriages right in their place of worship. You see how straightforward, how simple it is. Now, after the church has gotten that license, the church will also be given, a marriage registrar, because that registrar is where they'll be able to record the marriages that were conducted in the church, because that is also like a record they will also be having to submit to the Ministry of Interior from time to time. 5, which is the last step and the final step after the approval, is conducting legal marriages. The church must follow the legal process of conducting marriages in their church. That means the way it used to be done is, or the way it's normally done is, when you want to register in the marriage registry, you have to do a notice for 21 days. It's still going to apply. The couple will still have to do a notice, have to do like the whole 21 days notice, the whole announcement, and the wedding must be conducted in a licensed church before witnesses. So even if the church has been given the license, there must be witnesses present. The whole way they do it in the registry or the court marriage is the same way they are going to do it also in the church. So the couples must have to do the 21 days notice, and then they'll also have to do it in the presence of witnesses, and then the couple and the officiating minister will sign the marriage license, and also their witness will also be required to sign the marriage license, and then the certificate can be issued. Once the church has gotten its license, it can properly conduct marriages that are legally valid in Nigeria and also internationally recognized. So that marriage license, you can use it for anything. You can use it as for to travel or to show proof that yes, you are legally married. And the most interesting thing about this whole process is that it can actually be done online. You can go to their website and just apply. So if you are a church and you haven't already gotten your license, please make sure you go and do so. It makes things easier for your members and all of that. So please make sure you do that, and it is not even expensive. If this video was helpful, if it was, don't forget to subscribe, and please let me know in the comment section if you need to know the requirements or you need any specific guidance as to how you can acquire this certificate. Thank you guys for watching. Until I see you guys in my next video, God bless you.